Hello, my traders. Another tutorial video here for you. The question is, why are you not becoming successful with this currency strength meters? I'm sure you've heard a lot of people talking about currency strength meters that will actually help you to know which currency is very strong at this very moment. And once you are able to know that this currency is strong, you can look at the weaker one and pair them, and then you are good to go. And you've been trying that, but it is not working. Why? Is there something you don't know? I want to say yes, there's something you don't know. And that is what I want to share with you in this video. And again, the next thing is there a way you can create your own currency strength meter and use it along your trading journey? The answer is yes. And I'm going to give you step-by-step procedure to create your own currency strength meter. And I mean it. I am going to help you create your own currency strength meter all in this video. So take your time. If this video is becoming long, do not worry, because that is how we do it. We don't rush. We try to explain things for you to understand here. That is what we do. So let's go straight into the details. Now, currency strength meters. You've heard that when you know that a certain currency is very weak at the moment and another currency is very strong at the moment. For instance, if GBP is very strong at the moment and USD is very weak at the moment, and then you pair them, GBP strong, USD weak, then it means you can get a buy on GBP USD. And so you always try to look at currency strength meters to look at which currency is strong against which one is weak. And anytime you try, you are not getting the results. Anytime you try, you find out that that currency that was very strong at this very moment, within the next 1 hour, became the weakest. Or that currency that was very weak at this very moment, when you took a trade on it, you realize that it became the strongest in the next 30 minutes. And you are like, how? What is happening? Why is all this thing happening this way? This is the answer to that question. Let me tell you something. All currency strength meters, the strength that you see currency strength meters displaying are not current strength. I don't know if my English is right, the way I want to put it. The strength of currencies that you see, okay? I wish I could have one example. Maybe let me see if I can get an example for you to see. There are lots of them. There are a lot of websites. When you type currency strength meters, there are a lot of websites that you see displaying these currency strength meters. So let's look at this one. Good. I've gotten one for the purpose of my explanation. Let me share this one with you. This is one of them. Currency strength meter. Okay, this is one of them. Currency strength meter. At the moment, they are telling you JPY is the strongest, isn't it? They are saying JPY is the strongest. And then NZD is the weakest. And then AUD is also weak. CAD is weak. GBP is weak. Chef is strong. Euro is strong. USD is strong a bit. But the strongest among them is JPY. Now, you have seen an example. And you will put your trade, or you will put a trade on this, hoping that you will make the results or you make the wins. And before you realize, the JPY that they said is very strong, the next minute, the next hour has become very weak. And you are wondering what is happening. The reason is that this current strength that you are seeing, the very current strength that you are seeing right now, which I showed you, it's not actually current strength. It is the past strength, the immediate past strength of JPY. The immediate past strength of JPY is what is being displayed on the software or on the chart for you to see. let me say this, no currency strength meter in the world can be the current. I don't know if you get it. No currency strength meter can be the current strength of the currency. Why am I saying that? The software or whatever calculation based on which the developer developed this currency strength meter is using the past results or the past print or trend of that currency. It is using the past movement of that currency to determine its current strength. That is the perfect English. It is using the past results or the past movement of that currency, adding all that together to give you the current strength. So it is doing its calculation based on the past movement of the currency. So let's assume and say that the whole of today, GBP has been going bullish, very bullish than other currencies. So if that becomes the case, maybe since morning, between morning 6 a.m. to maybe 12 noon, GBP has been the currency that has been very bullish than the other currencies. So if that becomes the case and you are coming to watch the currency strength meter in the afternoon, currency strength meter in the afternoon will be telling you that GBP is the current strongest currency in the market. It is able to give you that answer because it has done the calculation or the analysis based on what has happened 6 a.m. to 12 noon. And based on that past result, it is projecting or giving you GBP to be the current strongest currency. So it is relying on past data to give you current results. So no currency strength meter in actual sense is able to give you the current strength of a currency. It may be giving you the current strength of the currency based on past results. So it's actually not current as you may be thinking. I don't know if this makes sense. And that is how come a currency that they said was very strong right now became very weak later in the day. And you are wondering how come? This, when I look at the chart, when I look at the software, when I look at the blog, GBP was the strongest. So how come immediately GBP has become weak? Okay, it has immediately become weak because they gave you the past results of GBP. And you thought it was the current results. And now, as the time keeps going, they update, and time has come for them to know that, okay, GBP that was very strong in the morning has changed in the afternoon. Meanwhile, you saw it in the afternoon, thinking that GBP was the strongest. So later in the evening, you will see the update changing that, okay, GBP is no more the strongest. And that is what has been happening. So any currency strength meter doesn't give you current strength. It gives you the strength of past result or past movement as current. Is this clear? And so if that is the case, one will say that, okay, if that's the case, then it means these currency strength meters are often not useful or they are not needed. If it will be giving me past results, then it means it's not needed. It's not, if the thing is even not current, why should I be looking at it? Another angle I may have to say this is that despite the fact that it is not giving you current results, it's helpful. And the reason it's helpful is because it is able to tell you what has been happening a day ago or a week ago or an hour ago. So you see that some currency strength meters, they will tell you the strength in an hour, in 5 minutes, in 10 minutes, in 1 hour, in a day, in a week, in a month. So when you see the currency strength meter for a month, it is not about this month. It is giving you the calculation of last month's strength. That is the funny aspect of it, and that's the truth. If you go to the weekly time frame to check the strength of the currencies, whatever results you are seeing there is last week's results. It is not this current week's results. The strength they are giving to you is not this week's strength. It is last week's strength that they are giving to you this week. So when you go to daily strength and you see whatever strength, it was yesterday's strength and not today's strength. The same thing when you go to the 4 hour, the 1 hour, and the 15 minutes, and then the 5 minutes. The strength that you see there is not the current 5 minute strength. It is the past 5 minutes strength that they are displaying there for you to see. Is that okay? Good. Now, why am I saying it is still useful? It is useful because every trader and every analysis that we do, we always look at the past to determine the future. Every analysis that we do in the forex market has always been looking at the past to determine the future. If you do support and resistance, you are looking at the previous supports to determine the current support, whether it will respect it or reject. If you are doing price action, you are looking at the past price, the action of the price in the past few hours or the past days or months or weeks to determine what might possibly be happening next. So it has always been like that. It has always been the fact that you depend on the past price to determine the future price. That has always been the case. But the reason we often get these currency strength meters wrong is because we always think that what we are seeing there is actually what is happening now. It is actually the strength now. And that is the mistake we make. We have forgotten that the currency strength that we see there are not calculated, or the result is not as a result of what is happening now. But the calculation has been made based on what has happened previously. So let me give you a typical example. Okay, assuming I want to code a currency strength meter for you, for people to use, okay? I can choose to base my calculation on the past 10 days. So I'll code my software or whatever tool to be able to calculate the last 10 days strength between the currencies and then display the result for everyone to see. And once I do that, whatever you may be seeing currently on my chart or wherever, you may not know how many days I used in getting that strength. Take your time and listen. You may not know how many days I have used, the calculations I have done to be able to give you the current strength. I might have used the past 10 days to calculate to get the current strength of the currencies. Another person might choose to use the past 5 days in doing his or her calculation to get the current strength of the currencies. Another person can choose to use the last 5 weeks, the last 10 weeks, the last 9 weeks to do the calculation to get the current strength of the market. Another person can choose to use the last 5 hours calculation to get the current strength of the market. So because that information is not known by you, or you have not been privy to that information, you do not know what this strength meter you are watching is calculating and how it has been able to do its calculation to give you whatever result you are seeing. And because of that, we always end up making mistakes with our strategy in terms of using the currency strength meters. So it will also be good that if that is the case, you look at whether you can get your own currency strength meter, of which you know how many minutes or hours or days or whatsoever you used to get this strength you are seeing, or to arrive at the strength that you are seeing. I'm sure that would be very nice, so that you will know that, okay, this current strength that I am seeing is based on the past 4 days or 5 days or the past 5 weeks or the past 10 weeks or the past 100 weeks, whatever. But if you do not know the number of time or candles or calculations that went into getting that strength you are seeing, which is displaying to you currently as the strongest and weakest, you will end up making mistakes all the time. And that is why I want to share a calculation with you of how to simply get your own currency strength meter. Are you okay? Now, if you are okay, let's go straight to the calculation and see how you can also develop your own currency strength meter and use it along with your trading. Because, like I said earlier, it is based on past price or the past trading charts, but it is not something that is not useful. It is useful because all the analysis that we do, we depend on the past charts to interpret what might be happening in the future. If you are looking at the structure of the market, if you are looking at the support and resistance, you are looking at the previous charts. If you are looking at the time frames, you are switching your time frames to look at what has happened previously, to draw your trend line, draw whatsoever. All that you do, you are looking at the past results. So the past results is still very important. So if the currency strength meter is giving you calculation based on past results, you do not conclude to say that it is not useful. It is useful. But because you do not know how many hours or days or weeks or months the person used in getting that strength, that is where the problem is coming from. So it is good that you know it yourself, because you are able to do it on your own. You are able to create your own currency strength. Now, before I show you how to do, there are several ways to develop currency strength meters. I'm going to introduce you to about 3 of them, but I'll do only one in this video. Okay, I'll do only one in this video. And as we go on, I may be coming up with another video with another way to develop your own currency strength meter. And as we move ahead, we will come to another way you can develop your own currency strength meter. So today, we are going to look at one of the ways that you can develop your own currency strength meters. But before that, let me share this with you to make my case clear. Okay? Let me share this slide with you. Okay. Now, look at this slide that you are seeing right now. This slide that you are seeing is a calculation I did to arrive at the strength of currencies and the 8 major currencies specifically. So let me quickly give you a review. This one was last 2 weeks. This one was last 2 weeks, and this one was just the recent week. And if you look at the days that I've been able to come up with the currency strength, I did mine on Wednesday. So the first Wednesday was on the 12th of April, 2023. I came with this currency strength meter. And then on Wednesday, 20th of April, which was the recent past week, that's about 3 or 4 days ago, I came up with this strength meter. And then today is Saturday, as at the time I'm recording this video, today is Saturday, 22nd of April. This is the current strength of the currencies that I have gotten. But I won't talk about this. I'm going to use this to show you how I come by these things over here. So to establish my case and to make my case very useful, let's look at this currency that strength meter that I have actually created and see whether it is something useful or it is something you can depend on. Is that okay? We need to look at it and see if it's going to be helpful or not. So I am going to take you to the chart right now. I'm going to take you to the chart right now. Taking you to the chart here. Okay, so this is the chart. And on this chart, Let me close this so that we can get a big view. Okay. Now, on this chart, I want to show you something. I want you to come to this chart, as you can see here. Let's look at the currency strength meter I developed last week. This is what I developed last week, Wednesday. And on last week, Wednesday, we arrived at the fact that chef from Wednesday, chef was the strongest, followed by euro, followed by CAD, GBP, and the weakest was what? JPY. The weakest was what? JPY, followed by NZD. So the top one is the strongest to the down one, which is the least strongest or the weakest. So if chef was the strongest from Wednesday, let's go to the chart and look at the chart from Wednesday and look at chef pairs. Which one should we pick? Look at AUD chef. Okay. AUD chef from Wednesday. Where will be Wednesday? Wednesday's date was what? Let's be sure of the dates. Let's see the dates that I got over here. The date is 20th. Okay, so let's go back to the chart. 20th. From 20th of what? April. This is on 5th of April, 11th, 14th, 19th, 19th, 20th. This is from 20th. Okay. So from 20th, if you look at the chart right now, this is on the 4-hour time frame. I have zoomed it bigger. This is from 20th. If you look at the down here, the red portion here, you see the date. 20th of what? April. AUD JPY came what? From 20th here. It came sell. Why? Because chef is the strongest. Isn't it? So from Wednesday 20th up to Friday, as the market is closed, AUD chef came sell. Is that not the case? That's good. What of CAD chef? This is also CAD chef from 20th. Still on the red line you are seeing here is 20th. So from 20th, which is Wednesday, also sell, because chef is the strongest. So CAD chef, it means chef will take CAD down. So CAD chef sell. Okay, let's look at another one. I've taken AUD chef, CAD chef, NZD chef. The same thing. From 20th. Which one? GBP chef. From 20th. Look at it. Also sell. Came sell. Now, Euro chef. Currently from 20th, if you look at it. Okay. From 20th, which was somewhere here, it came sell. And now it's on its way back to buy. So I took a buy trade on this one because of the reversal that is coming. I took a buy. But if you look at it, from Wednesday, this was 20th. The first, these are 4-hour candles. If you want me to go to 1-hour candle, you see how beautiful this is. This is 1 hour. So on the 1-hour candle, look at it. From the 1-hour candle, look at it. This is it. From 20th is here. So a sell down was. This is 53 pips. 53 pips. Now, which ones again did I choose? NZD. Look at it. From Wednesday. Look at how many pips it came. From Wednesday. 63 pips. GBP from Wednesday, which is here. That's almost 98 pips. You get it. So that is how it is. Look at USD chef. Look at it. USD chef. From Wednesday. That is 60 pips. to almost 63 pips. If you took it from that Wednesday, the trade never came against you. It never even went against you at all. Look at GBP Chef from Wednesday. It never came against you at all. So clean, right? Now, why did it happen so? Because I developed a currency strength meter from that Wednesday, which gave me Chef to be the most strongest currency. So pairing the strongest currency against the others, especially the last 3 weaker ones, gives you a better advantage. Okay. Look at the week before that week. Look at the week before last week, 12th of April. GBP was on Wednesday the strongest. So even if for nothing at all, just pick GBP and then USD and see. From 12th of April. From 12th of April, GBP USD. Pick it. GBP USD. Here's it. Let's go back to 12th of April. This is 20th, 19th. This is 17th, 14th, 13th, 13th, 12th. 12 began from somewhere here. 12. Let's go back to where 12 began. 11th, 12. So 12 began from here. So look at where 12 began. This is where 12th of April began. And GBP was the strongest, right? So from here to the top, how many pips? This is 4-hour time frame. Look at it. So GBP USD to the top, over 100 pips. You would have gotten it, over 100 pips. Before last, but this current week, it came back down sell. So the previous week before this week, you would have gotten a nice buy. Why? Because when you look at the currency strength that was developed, the currency strength said that from Wednesday, which was 12th, GBP was the strongest. And from the next Wednesday, which was on the 20th, Chef is the strongest. So it is possible that I can look at the next Wednesday, although today is Saturday, and Chef is still very strong. It is possible I can choose to do my next currency strength on Wednesday and look at which currency is strong and then use it in my trade. So even if you decide to do this currency strength meter, okay, if you choose to do this currency strength meter and only use the strongest against the weakest, the strongest against the weakest, you will always win. You will always what? Win. Yes, you will always what? Win. So that is how developing your own currency strength meter will help you to understand what you are doing. So what we are saying here is this, that let's develop our own strength meters, because the ones that are out there is the same as what you will also develop. And the good thing is that what you will develop will be good because you know what you have used, the calculations you have done to arrive at whatever strength you are seeing. Is that okay? Now, it is time for us to look at how to do or calculate and get our own currency strength meters. So let me take you to the slide and let's begin from there. Now, first of all, you would have to pick one major currency. This is the time to pay attention because we are beginning to create our own currency strength meter. Okay, so you will pick one major currency. I didn't say currency pair, but currency. So let me go to a fresh page and let's do this. So you pick one currency, okay? So assuming the currency that you are picking, we have a lot of major currencies. We have GBP, we have USD, we have Euro, we have NZD, we have AUD, we have CAD, we have Chef, and then we have JPY. These are 8 major currencies. So you pick just one of them. So you will decide which one you want to use to do your calculations. The whole thing is that whichever that you will choose, you will get the same answer as any other one here. Let me put that again. If you look at it, I have chosen or picked USD. You see USD at the top here. I have picked USD. So you see that USD is always the one at the top here. So I have decided to use USD. Now, the answer that I got to arrive at this strength, if I used GBP, I'll still arrive at the same strength. If I decide to use Euro, I'll still arrive at the same strength. If I decide to use NZD, I'll get the same results. If I use AUD, I'll get the same results. If I use CAD, I'll get the same results. If I use Chef to do the calculation, I'll get the same results. If I use JPY to do the calculation, I'll get the same results. So it really doesn't matter which one you are using. Yours is to just choose one. Is that okay? So please take note that you will choose one of the major currencies. Now I have decided to use USD to do the calculation. So if you look at USD, you will see that I have paired USD to the rest of the currencies. So you see that every currency has the base and then the quote currency. If you have watched most of my videos, you should understand what is a base currency and what is a quote currency. If we have GBP USD as a currency pair, the GBP here is the base currency, and then the USD here is the quote currency. The GBP is the base currency, the USD is the quote currency. So if you are going to be using USD for your calculation, you will pair USD with all the other currencies. So USD will come as a quote currency. Whichever currency you want to use to do the calculation, you will pair that currency with the other currencies as a quote currency. So if you look at it, you will see that Euro USD, USD is the quote currency here. GBP USD, USD is the quote currency here. Chef USD, it should have been USD Chef, but because I am pairing USD with all the currencies, you see that USD is the quote currency. It should have been USD CAD, not CAD USD. But because I am pairing USD with, because I've decided to use USD, I have to pair USD with all the others. So USD is here as a quote currency. AUD USD, quote currency. NZD USD, quote currency. And then JPY USD, quote currency. So you see that USD is the second currency throughout. Because I decided I want to use USD. If you decided you wanted to use maybe Euro, it means that Euro will become your second currency throughout. Does this make sense? If you have decided you wanted to use JPY, then JPY will become your second currency throughout, the quote currency here throughout. If you decide to use CAD for your calculation, it means CAD will become your quote currency throughout. Does this make sense? Okay. So I'm sure you have understood this. So whichever currency you want to use, that currency must become the quote currency throughout. Now let's go on with the next thing. The next thing is for you to choose which specific day you want to be doing your calculation, or you want to be doing your analysis. You cannot be doing the analysis every day. So I have decided to do mine in the middle of the week. Not Monday, not Tuesday, but I want to do it on every Wednesday. So when I do it on Wednesday, that very Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I have 3 days to pick my trades with it. Is that clear? I have what? 3 days to pick my trades with it. So you have to decide a day on which you want to do your calculation. It is getting interesting, isn't it? Now, I am sharing this information with you for free because I feel like you need to succeed. And so anything that I see and test and I find it to be useful, I want to share with you. I could have asked you to pay to get this calculation or to get this analysis, but I have decided to do it for free for you on this channel because I know that once you succeed with it, once it's able to help you in your trading, you won't forget where you got it from. Okay, that's why I'm not charging you. I know you don't easily forget people when they do you good. And so I want to do you good by giving this information to you for free. I could have asked you to pay. Even if I charge you $10 or $5, it is money. But you have subscribed to my channel. So why not give you this for free? So if you haven't subscribed to this channel and you are just watching for the purpose of finding the video for the first time, please subscribe. Okay? Maybe that's the best, one of the best ways to return a favor, by subscribing to the channel. Help the community to grow. Subscribe. When we post videos, even if you don't want to watch them, at least after seeing them, just like the videos. Click on like so that the video will be exposed to many other people by the YouTube algorithm. Once you like the video, that is what it means. It means that you are telling YouTube that this video is good, so show it to more people. So if you see a video and even you don't have the time to watch, and you know that this person, you've gained something good from him once before, and you do not have the time to even type a message, just like the video. Click on the like button to like the video. That alone is enough. So subscribe to this channel and like the videos for us to reach a wider audience. Already, we are growing, and I know we will grow because we are here to help each other. I always tell people that the money is always not the focus, but the relationship is the most important thing. If I charge you today, okay, what happens that you had wished to give me even bigger than what I'm charging you for? But there are things I may also charge you because I also look at the expenditure involved in gathering or taking my time to do some of these videos. So if you want the mentorship, the one-on-one mentorship, I always charge that. And it is $100 for the one-on-one mentorship because there are more things I will show you which maybe are not here. So that is the mentorship one. So for the mentorship, you pay $100. I also have a VIP group where I share signals. If you want to join the signal group too, the whole year, you will pay only $100 to be part of that group for a whole year. It's a yearly renewal. So one full year is just $100. The following year, you renew again. So in a year, you will enjoy all the signals for just $100. So if you want to be part of the VIP group, currently I have about 43 people in the VIP group, and so far so good. If you also want to be part of it, it's just $100, okay? If you contact me, I'll show you how you can make payment. You can get my number from other videos on this channel. Please do not contact any person. If you contact the person and you want to be sure, you can do a video call with the person to see if it is indeed this face, okay? If you are contacting me and you are not sure whether it is me, do a video call to see whether you see my face, whether it's indeed me, okay? Or maybe a phone call to see whether it's indeed me, because this is how I talk. But a video will do. It's really something that will be more and more and more comfortable to believe that you are actually getting in touch with me and not any other person, because there are a lot of scammers out there. Today, a lot of scammers out there trying to get your money. So please, do that due diligence by finding out whether indeed it is me. My Telegram channel, if you want to be part of the VIP, you can contact me privately at Kofi Dollar. Just type Kofi Dollar. Kofi Dollar is one word. Don't separate it. It's one word. Kofi Dollar. The first letter is K, and the K is capital. Or even if it is a small letter, it will still bring up my profile. The Kofi is K-O-F-I. K-O-F-I. Kofi, K-O-F-I. Someone born on Friday in Ghana is called Kofi if it's a male. If it's a female, it's called Efia. So I was born on Friday. So in Ghana, I'm called Kofi. So Kofi is K-O-F-I. And then the dollar as in the word dollar, as in American dollar, Canadian dollar, the word dollar, D-O-L-L-A-R, dollar. It's one word. So the Kofi and the dollar is one word. So just search for Kofi Dollar on Telegram. You'll get me. It's only my profile that will come unless you add anything new. If you just do what I have told you, it's only my profile that will come. If there's anything attached to the Kofi Dollar, it is not me. If it is Kofi Dollar 1 or at Kofi Dollar 2, Kofi Dollar Ghana, it is not me. My own is just Kofi Dollar. That is me personally. If you want to chat me on Telegram, it's just Kofi Dollar and nothing else. So any other word attached to the Kofi Dollar, it is not me. You are chatting with a different person. I am in Ghana and it is just Kofi Dollar. K-O-F-I-D-O-L-L-A-R. One word, not separated. It's one word. Kofi Dollar. You get me on Telegram for us to talk. Is that okay? My number is also out there on other channels. But if you want it, my number is +233 246 136609. +233 246 136609. That's how you can get me on WhatsApp, or you can call me. The same number is on WhatsApp, or you can call me. Now let's go back to the lessons and finish this thing up. Okay? So here we are again. Okay, so we're back to the currency strength meter and we are finishing it up. So I have told you how we came by this arrangement over here. Okay, how we came by this arrangement here, you now know. Now, I have also told you that you need to choose a particular day on which you want to be doing this. Now, I may not be able to say do it on this day or do it on that day. But if you want to follow me, maybe I have decided to do it on Wednesday. So in case you may also want to do it on Wednesday, that's fine. So I have chosen Wednesdays to do this analysis. So maybe when you do it, you can send me a screenshot. You can contact me and send me a screenshot to be sure if what you have gotten is the same as what I have also gotten. Okay. So let's do that. Maybe this week, when you get the results or when you do the analysis to get your strength, send me a screenshot on Telegram. Let's find out whether what I have is exactly what you also have, in case you want to do this. Is that okay? That is on Wednesday, all right? So that's that. So let's finish this video up. It's getting too long. Let's finish it up. Okay. Now, what do you have to do to get these numbers that I have gotten here? You see the numbers here? How do you get these numbers? Because it is these numbers that you will use to determine which one is strong and which one is weak. So how do you get these numbers? All right, now we are going there soon. How to get these numbers? That's where we are going soon. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to take you to a platform. Okay. I'm going to take you to a platform. Let's go to that platform. And it is a popular platform that you all know. That platform is called TradingView. We are going to TradingView very soon. But before we get to TradingView, let me say this. Any currency that you want to use to do your calculation, if you want to use USD, and then you pair the USD as the quote currency, that currency is always 0. The figure you give to that currency is 0. So I have decided to use USD. So USD will always be 0. So last 2 weeks, USD was 0 here. You can see it. Last week, USD was also 0. And today, Saturday, per what I have done, you can see USD is also 0 again. Is that okay? So whichever currency you will want to use among the 8 major currencies, that currency will always be 0. So USD is what I am using. So USD is always pegged at 0. Now, Euro USD. How do you know the figure of Euro USD? Now, the good thing is that we have a platform called TradingView that can help you know these figures. So let's go to TradingView. Where is TradingView? Let's go to TradingView. Here is TradingView. All right. Now, on TradingView, when you come to TradingView, in case you don't have a TradingView, you can easily get it. Just search for TradingView and log in, okay, or sign up. That's it. When you come to TradingView, there is a tool you will look for. The tool's name is rate of change. Rate of change. If I'll type it here, rate of change. That is the tool you are going to look for. Rate of change. Or better still, you can type in ROC. Okay, ROC. So that is the tool here, ROC. What you see down here is the tool. The tool's name is rate of change. So how do you get it? You go to your indicators. When you come to your indicators column here, let me close it and show you where it is. At the top here, you see, you come to this area, you see indicators over here. So when you come to indicators over here, you click on it. So when you click on indicators, you search for rate of change. Now I have even favorited it as a favorite indicator. If you go to the others, technical tools, under technical tools, you search for ROC. And when you search for ROC, it will come. Rate of change is here. This one is now in the favorite folder. That's why you see it here, rate of change. So once you get it, you double click on it to bring it to the chart, or you can favorite it. At the back here, you see this star over here, you click on it. So if I want any of these indicators to favorite, you see at the back here, you see the star in ash. Add to favorite, you see it, add to favorite, add to favorite, add to favorite. So rate of change, once you click on it, it will highlight yellow like this, means that you have added to your favorite distance. So anytime you come to my indicators, you go to the favorites, and then you see the currencies that you have, the indicators that you have selected to use. So you can see rate of change here as the only indicator. So you bring it on the chart, you double click on the rate of change, and then it will come on the chart here like this. Now, when it comes on the chart here like this, you would have to ask yourself that, what time frame do you want to use to do your calculation? Do you want to use the daily to do your calculation? So you decide by looking at the time frames here. And if you look at mine, you see that the time frame is on weekly. It is on weekly. I have decided I want to use the weekly time frame to do my calculation, to know the strength. You can also choose to use the daily time frame. You can choose to use the 4-hour time frame. You can choose to use the 1-hour time frame, the 15-minute time frame, the 5-minute time frame, or the monthly time frame, or whatever time frame you want to use. You can choose to use that. But if you want to follow what I have done, I have decided to use the weekly time frame. So the chart is on weekly time frame. So you put the chart on weekly time frame. Once you put the chart on weekly time frame, you come and then you edit this indicator. When you come to the indicator here, at the corner here, you see hide it, you see settings, you see source code and the rest, remove it, and then more. So you click on settings. Now, when you click on settings, it will display this. They have input, they have style, they have visibility. So you come to input. and change the input to 5. The 5 here means that I am doing the calculation based on the 5 weeks, the previous 5 weeks. Whatever number you will choose here will determine the number of. So if the time frame was on daily and I choose 5 here, it means I'm doing my calculation based on the 5 days, the previous 5 days. I don't know if this makes sense. If I change the length here to 20 and it is on weekly, it means that I am calculating the strength of the currency based on the last 20 weeks. But I want to do my calculation based on the last 5 weeks. So because the time frame is on weekly, so I'm looking at the last 5 weeks. If you put the time frame on daily, it means you'll be looking at the last 5 days or whatever number that you would choose. You would have to decide. Now, there are people who do it 9. So they look at the last 9 weeks. They look at the last 9 weeks or the last 9 days or whatsoever. There are people who use 9. I love to use 5. You can also choose to use 12, 20, even 100. Going back too much is not the best. You always have to come a bit closer. So 10 days, 9 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, 8 days, and those days will be better. But I decided to use 5 days. Sorry, 5 weeks, because the time frame is on weekly. So I decided to use 5. So the 5 here means that it is doing the calculation for me based on the past 5 weeks. Is that okay? So once you change the number to 5 or whatever number you want, you click on OK. Now you can also decide to do your experiment by choosing any other time and see, or any other number and see what will happen. Okay, that is how we learn. You don't stick to one thing all the time. So now when you change it to 5, now it is on 5 and the time frame is on weekly. So you begin to look at the currencies one after the other. So when you come to the chart here, this sheet here, you look at the first one. Already USD is on 0. So the next one is going to be Euro USD. So you go to your trading view and search for Euro USD. So let's go search for Euro USD. So you come here, and then you search for the currency. So you type on this, and then you search for Euro USD. And then you can choose to pick the first one that comes, Euro USD. Now it will load the chart for Euro USD. Now, when it loads on the chart, you look at the figure that it presents. If you put this thing on this thing here to deceive you, you see that as I put it, then the figure is changing. So you move the mouse or the cursor away from the chart totally. When you move it away from the chart, you will see the figure there. So the figure there is 3.04. Can you see it? The figure here is 3.04. If you look at it here, 3.04. So you make sure you move the mouse or the cursor away from the chart so that you can get the figure. If you leave the cursor on the chart, it will give you a wrong figure because it will be displaying the figure of where the mouse is. You see, if I put it here, you see that the figure is negative 2.30. If I bring it forward here, you see that negative 3.50. If I bring it down here, you see the figures are changing. So you don't leave the mouse here at all. You move it away from the chart and you see 3.04. That is the current figure that this tool is giving you for the last 5 days. So 3.04. Then you come to this thing and then put that number there. So you come back here and you see the 3.04 is here, as you can see. Then you go and search for GBP USD too. So you do that to all the currencies. So you look for GBP USD. You come back here, you search for GBP USD. Then you choose the first one, like I told you. Now it has finished loading GBP USD. And what is the price? GBP USD is 2.21. 2.21. So you go back to the chart and put 2.21 there. So you can see GBP USD is also 2.21 over here, as you can see, 2.21. So you do that to all. Now, all the currency, JPY USD, type JPY USD, you get a currency like that. That's one good thing about TradingView. So if you come here, you type JPY USD, you will get it. It's here. You see, they'll give you symbols that have JPY USD. Here's it. And you get it. It will give you the figure, negative 1.68. Negative 1.68. So when you go to your chart, you see it, that I have put negative 1.6 there. You see, here is it, negative 1.68. CAD USD, all of them, just type. It will display all for you. Then you write all the figures here like this. Fine. When you finish writing the figures here like this, the next thing to do is look at these figures. Which one is the greatest among these figures here? We have negative figures and positive figures here. But you know that positive is always greater than negative. So you look at the positive side. Which one is the biggest? If you are looking at the positive side, you see that 3.04 is the big. Oh, no. We have 3.81 here. So you see that 3.81 is the biggest. 3.81 is the biggest. So you choose 3.81 as the first figure. What is 3.81 on? It's on Chef USD. So it means it's on Chef. It means Chef is the biggest or Chef is the strongest. So you put Chef here as the first currency. Now, which one is the second biggest? Is 3.04, which is this one. Now, the 3.04, it's on Euro. It's on Euro because you are pairing USD on all the currencies. So Euro is the second. Euro is here. The next one is 2.21. So 2.21 is on what? GBP. So GBP becomes the next strongest currency. Followed by which one? CAD, 1.4. CAD is here. CAD USD, 1.4. And then followed by 0. 0 is greater than negatives. I hope you know that. So USD follows. So USD comes. 0 is greater than negative numbers. So USD is the next greatest number. And then among the negatives, negative 0.12 is the next, which is AUD. So you put the AUD there. Followed by negative 1.68. This one is the next. So JPY, because it's JPY here. And then finally, negative 1.95 is the last one, which is this one. So this is how you will be able to arrange your currencies to know which one is the strongest against which one is the weakest. It's so simple. This is nothing difficult. The same thing was done here. The same thing was done here. Same thing. Now, if you look at this one here, you see that all of them were positive numbers, all of them. So the bigger one was GBP, which was 3.29, which is under GBP. So GBP became the strongest. Followed by 2.57, which is Euro. Or, okay, 2.6 is here. 2.6 is greater than 2.57. So 2.6, which is CAD, is the next strongest. So you need to be careful. If you don't check well, you make mistake. So CAD is the next, followed by Euro, which is 2.57 in that order. And then you are able to get your strengths of the currencies. Once you get the strength of these currencies from Wednesday, just as I have demonstrated to you for the previous weeks, if you won't take many trades, just pick the strongest against the weakest. From that very Wednesday, put that trade on. And then give yourself Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Look for a minimum of 50 pips. Okay? Just don't go look for much. Just go for 50 pips. 50 pips only. Don't go for anything huge. Okay? Just 50 pips. And let's see what will be the outcome. just 50 pips. Don't go for anything much. So that even at least in a week, if you can get 50 pips every week, if every week you can make profit of 50 pips, in 2 weeks, that will be 100 pips profit. In another 2 weeks, that will be another 100 pips profit. That is 200 pips for a whole month. Imagine if you have $100. Okay. Now, if you have $100 in your account, you don't want to be greedy. You don't want to overtrade. You just don't want to stress yourself. You don't have enough time to trade. This is my advice. But you are depending on only this currency strength as your strategy. Okay. You don't know how to do technical analysis. You don't know how to do sentiment. You don't know how to do any of these analysis. Just put the trade on. After you finish doing the analysis on Wednesday, to know the strongest and then the weakest, just pick that two and put your trade on. And give yourself 50 pips take profit. Now, assuming you have $100, listen carefully. And then you want to go with a lot size of 0.05. Go with a lot size of 0.05. 0.05, the lot size, $100 account. It means that if that week you are able to get your 50 pips, it means that week, the 50 pips is going to give you $25. If you are trading a very low currency with, in terms of value, you may get maybe $16 from 50 pips. Currencies that like GBP, AUD, GBP, Euro, and then GBP, AUD, GBP, NZD. The list is, the pip value is very less. So the pip value is very less. So you may get like $16 for 50 pips. But if you are trading a currency that has a bigger pip value, you may get $25 for your 50 pips. So even assuming that you are trading to get the least, which is $16 with the 50 pips, the very first week you've gotten $16. The second week you have gotten $16. That is $32 in 2 weeks. Another 2 weeks, you've gotten another $32. That is $64 in a month. $100 has given you $64 in a month. So you've made a profit of $64 on your $100 in a month. That is 64% on your $100. No bank, I repeat, no bank in the world will give you 64% interest in a month on your money. No bank in the world will even give you half of that. No bank will even give you 30% interest on your money for a month. But here you are only trading maybe once in a week, and you are making $64 on $100, 64% profit on your money in every month. You are not stressing it. That is additional income to help you. That is how trading is about. Trading is not a gambling thing. Trading is not a get rich quick kind of thing. Trading is not about trying to show off, letting people see the monies you are making with a whole lot of screenshots. The rich people don't display their money on WhatsApp status. It's only the poor that you see them displaying. When they make small money, they want the whole world to see that they have made small money. Then they begin to display it on WhatsApp and then other social media handles. I have made this, I have made that. When was the last time you saw Bill Gates putting how much he has made in a week on status? So a poor man getting small money, he wants to show off. Come on, don't show off. That is why I always lay low. That's my principle. The rich people don't show off. They live simple life. Okay? So you are just trying to make a side money in addition to what you have. Don't try to want to be big boss, make the world know that, yeah, you are there. You are also somebody. No, don't show off. The rich people don't show off. They don't display their money and then put camera on it to tell the world that look at my money and say all the kind of things they want. No, rich people don't do that. Rich people don't even have time to count their money. How much more to even take it and display and put camera on it and put it on their status? For what? The rich people don't do that. So stop displaying that. Displaying or trying to show off, making people know that you are making. If people are displaying these things, trying to tell you how rich they are, don't follow them. That is how you get scammed. You see flashy things, you want to join. That's how you get scammed. Stop following flashy things. People show you this is Forex live, see cars, see these, and you are rushing for them. I want to also be like you. I want to make the money like you. Come on, take your time. Rich people don't do that. That is a poor man doing what he's doing. You make some $100, you are showing screenshots everywhere on WhatsApp. They should look at you, see how much I've made. Come on. So take your time. Forex trading is not a get rich quick kind of thing. It is to make additional income to help in taking care of some expenses. Do you understand me? So chill and do things on the low, and you will succeed. I want to leave you here, and I'll see you again with another video. And I know you will learn a lot, and by subscribing to this channel, you will get a lot from me. My name is Kofi, your admin for this channel. I'll see you. And I know this content is exceptional. Share it with other people. Come on, like the videos. Tell the world about us. Leading Forex, tell the world about us. And I know we'll grow together. God be with you. I'll see you again.